What's up, everybody? Ian Walsh here, Hard Money Bankers, joined my partner, Ryan Walsh, Hard Money Bankers. Ryan, what's going on?
Hello. Happy Wednesday.
We are graced with the presence today of an elite realtor in the Philadelphia market. Thank you so much for joining us, Vu Lee. Thank you so much.
Thank you for getting me on.
Sure. So I wanted to chat with, kind of pick up where we have left off in prior conversations, and we've gained a lot of different perspectives from people in regards to the shifting market under our feet right now. We know that the Fed just raised rates again last week. They said they're going to do another 50, 75 basis points coming up in 3 months, and they're starting to pull money out of physically pull money out of the market June 1st. So with that said, how are you handling this transitioning market right now? What are you doing, and what are you seeing, Boo?
As of right now, the market is changing. I would say 50% of my client that in the market to buy, they no longer can qualify for the same amount that they had before. So
50%, you said?
50%, yes.
Wow.
So do they go for a different house, or do they wait? Or are they just not buying?
It's hard to see certain level of house, and then now you have to go backward. So most of them are stopped looking. They want to wait, and hopefully the price will go down. But I don't think it's going to go down.
Is that what they're hoping for?
Yes.
I mean, that's going to be. I mean, eventually, price is going to have to, right? You know, the month that I think we're all waiting for, that we'll really know when the top is hit, is when they send out like the monthly reports from home sales and buying. And when the home sales don't, everybody talks about low inventory, you know, still, and saying that's what's kind of riding the market or carrying the market. When we have a month where the inventory is low, but the buying has gone down. So if the inventory has not decreased and the buying has gone down, at that moment, I think we're at the top of a market. And I think from there, you know, your buyers will be waiting. Eventually, price will come back down. Eventually, just a matter of how and when. So what are you doing knowing this moving forward? Like, how do you shift your tactics?
Actually, right now, I haven't shifted my tactic yet because the amount of people that I still help, still hard for them to get a house. We actually put about 8 offer this week, and 7 of them we didn't win, and we didn't win by a wide margin. So
Wow.
the people that still can afford it are still, you know, cannot get get the house that they want. So as of right now, there's, you know, I have not changed my tactic yet.
8 offers and 7 of them were outbid. That's something. Is that commonplace for you right now? Is that, I mean, are you seeing that all over the place?
Yes, you know, especially in Philadelphia and South Jersey market where I work too. So,
wow, that's.
I mean, that makes sense though, right? Because I mean, the buyers list was 100 people were putting bids in, right? So even though it's a big number to say 50% are dropping out of the race, it was so high that you're still at 50 people throwing a bid in, right?
yes.
So it still has more room to go.
Yeah, like for example, yesterday we have a house on the market for 175 in Philadelphia, and I have a New York cash client that put an offer for 200,000 cash, no contingency, and we didn't get it.
Oh my God.
And there's another house that very nice too, a list for 240, and it's about 15,000 over the comp. We offer 240 and we didn't get it either. So
what kind of price are they going for then? Like what?
They don't tell. So we don't know until they close. So
till it posts, yeah. Wow, that's.
And what condition are those houses in? Are they
nice.
fully renovated? Yeah, they are.
Yes,
they are nice.
Yes.
Because that's something that we noticed in the past, that the completed houses are still able to get these price points. It's the ones that are kind of mediocre or need a lot of renovations that are all of a sudden sitting on market.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've also seen in certain areas of South Philly right now some of the big like 3-story ground up $450,000 roof deck houses. I'm seeing those start to sit right now. I don't know if there's an overabundance of specifically those, or those are overpriced. I don't know, but I've seen a couple areas where I'm like, wow, this is a block that should be moving fast, and there's a handful of inventory on it. So I don't know if that's also a shifting thing, but that's really interesting. $200,000 cash over asking, and you don't get it. That's it's a different market, man. That's something else. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think the next 6 months looks like then?
I don't think every day I have about 20 call from renter that want to rent that cannot rent. So the a lot of people that want to sell, they stop selling because they cannot find a house that they can buy. So I don't think the next 6 months going to change a lot because the supply is still low, and there's a lot of people that want to buy they still can't buy. And I know I think the price will not go up like crazy like the last a year or so. It's going to slow down, but I don't see the price going down yet.
When do you think that moment happens? Any idea? I mean, I know it's just a guess, but
I don't know, because if I know, I would make a lot of money.
yeah, we'd all make a lot of money, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you keep up with the stock market at all?
Yes.
Have
Yeah,
you been
I
watching
follow.
that?
I don't trade, but I follow.
Okay. Have you been keeping an eye on it the last few weeks? Have you noticing kind of what's happening with it?
Yes, I mean, like I saw that um the top billionaire, they lost about $1 trillion on award in the last week or so.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
really? I didn't know that. Is that real?
yeah,
Well,
That's crazy.
so what I saw is the guess, I guess, is that 1,000 points basically means $1 trillion.
yes, yes.
So it's gone more than $1 trillion at this point, which is
Yes.
crazy. Like
Yes.
it's just in one day, $1 trillion, whatever.
Wow, that's a crazy number.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I feel bad for them.
I don't
Okay.
feel that bad for them because they're still sitting on a couple trillion. But yeah, well, some of them may not though. Some of them might be really hurting.
Yeah.
I feel like the Bitcoin billionaires are the ones that got like really like crunched because like they had $1 billion and they didn't have $1 billion. It's like
Yeah,
it's
I
like that
read
commercial where it's just a
yesterday.
roller coaster. Yeah.
I read yesterday that 40% of the Bitcoin owner are underwater right now. So
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like leverage their lifestyle against their money and they can't keep up with it?
no, I mean what they paid before, compared to the price right now, they are underwater. 40%.
Oh, sitting at a loss. They're sitting at a loss right now? 40%?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would think a lot of people are in that boat, right? Because it's at 30,000 roughly today. But I would say most people who've gone in the last at least year have gotten above that, right?
I mean, at one point it was at 65 in the last 6 months, right? So
Yeah.
it's over a 50% drop in no time.
We
I
got-
don't know.
We got a comment from Melanie there. Ian, are you able to put that on the?
Okay, sure. Ironically, I've had over a dozen listing appointments this year for hard-lived in owner-occupied that are seeking top condition prices. Those type of listings are a death trap and aren't moving. For hard-lived in owner-occupied.
So I think Melanie's saying they're beat up properties, but they're trying to compete with these the sale prices that are really high right now, and it's just like no, people aren't gonna overbid on those, right? You
No.
gotta have
Yes.
the nice properties right now, and those are probably even, you have your inventory, but then you have your nice house inventory, which is probably even slimmer, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I think to Vu's point, like to your question, Ian, of when is this going to shift? I can't give you a timeline, but I could give you a mathematical when the buyers list is done. They're saying, I no longer want to overbid anymore, right? And until that happens,
or I can't.
or I can't, yeah, which I think the Fed is trying to push, right? The Fed's trying to find that number to bring back houses to the market.
Yeah.
So-
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead, Boo.
it's definitely a lot more expensive to get mortgage right now than maybe like 6 months ago. Way more expensive right now. So
Like 2 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. What about listings? Do you have any listings in the market? Like, how does that process go?
oh, right now I have about I have 6 7 coming, but every one of my listen that I put on it under contract within 3 or 4 days. So I have
Wow.
and as of this moment I have no listen because all of my listen are under contract.
So as soon as they hit the market, they're gone for you right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
And those are all like retail or investment properties, or what are they?
Oh no, most I don't have any investment product. It's all retail.
Wow. And it's 3 or 4 days gone.
Yes, and like 25,000 because Philadelphia is not that expensive, in the 200,000-300,000 dollar listen, but we have like 25,000-30,000 over asking um uh, appraisal gap. So I
What's
have complete,
determining
I have zero listen right now as of this moment.
Wow.
for those sellers that are just 3 to 4 days under contract? What is it that they say, yes, let's go with that one? Because part of me thinks like, man, if we just let it sit for another 3 to 4 days, it's just going to keep the offers are going to keep coming in. So what is it that they say, yes, let's go with that offer, Vu? Do you have you
So
identified that?
we during listen consultation, we know what price that should be and what's the wishing price. And so far my listen they even go above that price, and it's cover with no contingency, cover appraisal gap. So uh, the seller know that the interest rate is going up, so the
Mm.
longer it's on the market, the less advantage they're going to see. So they say that, okay, let's just accept it and take it up.
Mm.
Gotcha. So it's just a race. It's a
Yes,
race. Yeah. Okay.
yes.
Your sellers must love you now. Come to you, sell it in 3 days, gone. Like
Oh no,
that's
it's
the
not.
dream.
And a lot of time, in this market, if you have a good listing, it's not about you. It's about the house. I
Yeah,
mean,
of course.
you
Yeah.
can only do, that much. If the house is not good, it's going to be hard.
Sure. Or now, do you get on these listings? Are you getting like what's like the most offers you've seen on one of your listings?
What do you mean? But
Like
the
the
percentage.
most incoming offers that you've seen on like a listing for your listings.
Oh, I have, like, a couple weeks ago, I have one of the listen that we have, like, within 2 days we have over 50
Oh my gosh.
over 50 showing, and we have a lot of people want to put in an offer, like tons. But the first offer, they come in very, very aggressive, like very, very aggressive, way above what the seller want to buy, and they cover everything. So we have to, like, tell everybody it's under contract, and a lot of people complain to say, why you accept the offer that quickly. But my job as an agent, I do what the seller want to do. So if the seller want to accept an offer and take it off, then I do that for them. So
Wow. I don't know that we'll ever see like a frenzy like this again in our lifetime
yes,
with housing. It's wild. I mean, it's wild to think. I've never seen something like it, and I don't know if there's been a time in history like it in terms of anywhere in the housing market having this kind of demand. Has there ever been? I'm sure somebody has a statistic. I don't know if somebody watching knows, but I'm sure there's some sort of statistic that says this is the highest demand we've ever seen for a housing market, right? It has to be.
Compared
yeah,
to current sales, you mean? Like what
Yeah,
your
like
intention is
days
to?
on market has to be historically low for the longest period of time. It's got to
yes,
be like never seen
yeah.
something like this.
And and a lot of time the appraiser cannot keep up with the market. But
Right.
the right now, because if you have your house 20 15 20 years, and you want to downsize and you sell it and you have a lot of cash, you just go out and offer cash. So
Hmm.
that will, you bypass all the appraisal, and a lot of them, they cannot keep up.
Crazy times we live in right now. Well, I think that's good to hear. I think it's a pretty neutral. Hey, let's wait 6 more months. Nothing should go too crazy in the next 6 months. I am personally curious to see what it looks like when the Fed starts stripping money out of the economy.
Yes,
But it sounds like there's still just an abundance of buyers just eating up in the frenzy, and like that doesn't just go away. I mean, because you've already hit them with price hikes and they're still staying around. The sharks are still staying around. So I mean, you could hike it again, but it doesn't sound like it's going to drop that many off. Obviously, what'll happen is there's going to be a balancing or a tipping point when they're going to hike it enough when it's going to be like back to, regular normal buy sell. But right now it sounds like you still can't keep the sharks out of the water. I'm on it.
also I think about it, I don't think the price is going to go down that much, because back in 2008 we have a lot of what you call adjustable rate mortgage.
Yeah.
And but right now we don't have that anymore. So everybody um, that right now want a job have a job. Job is abundant, and everybody have a house, can afford to pay for the house. And so I don't see, and a lot of people that are renting, the rent are outrageous.
Hmm.
Is very, very high. It's a lot cheaper to own a house than to rent right now. So I mean, I have one bedroom apartment that a couple years ago go for 700, and I put it on for my client to rent it for 1100. So that's like 400 more, and we have in one day we have 150 applications.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So, and to buy, if that person buy the whole house, that's a two unit. The owner live in one unit and rent out the other unit. To buy that house, their monthly mortgage is less than 1,000, but
Hmm.
she's renting the one bedroom, and that's over what she paid for the mortgage. And we
Wow.
have over 150 application.
Jeez. Well,
And
crazy time in the market right now. So, Vu, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you doing this. And
Thank
what
you.
we're trying to do is just meet people again, maybe 6 months, see where the market is. But it sounds like right now you're going to have plenty of busy times in front of you right now, because there's still a frenzy going on. You need to capitalize on it while it's here, right? So, appreciate it.
Yep.
All right,
If anybody wants to contact Boo, the email's been scrolling at the bottom.
Email is below. It's been rolling around the bottom. Pretty easy one. vu.le@kw.com. Sounds good, guys.
All right,
have a
thanks,
good day.
Boo.
Bye bye.
Take care.